With the top prospects in this year's draft getting a lot of the headlines, I like to look at some of the more under the radar players, but I still think that they can make an impact for a team now or in the near future. Hans Steinbach out of Washington is one of those players for me where I think he could come in and have an immediate role on a team and help them win games. He has a lot of those tools that I particularly look for in a big man, especially in today's game, that make him valuable. Now that the combine's over, we have the measurements for Hans, and he's standing at 6'10, just under 250 pounds, just over 6'2" with his wingspan, and he has a standing reach of 9 feet. With these measurements, what stands out a lot to me is the standing reach of 9 feet, because a big knock on Hans was his defensive ceiling and what that looks like for a lot of teams. And I think he has the measurements to become at least an effective rim protector. Maybe not be a Victor Wembanyama where he's averaging a bunch of blocks a game, but I think he has the tools where he can deter shots and change shots at the rim. I think that's something that doesn't really get talked about enough is you don't have to block shots to be an effective rim protector. Deterring a shot or even stopping a shooter at all from trying to attempt a shot at the rim is effective, and that's something that teams value at the NBA level. Pulling up his stats from his freshman year here at Washington, we see he averaged 18.5 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. To be a freshman in one of the better conferences in college basketball and be a 10-10 guy is something that's really impressive and shouldn't be overlooked during the draft process. As you can see here, some of the metrics that really jump off the page is one, his offensive rebounding. You see that, his efficiency, his defensive rebounding, and he doesn't foul all that much for a center. On top of that, for being a freshman, he's coming in with NBA weight already, so that concern of, oh, is he too little or is it going to take a while for him to put on that strength and size for the NBA level to be a center, that's not a concern anymore. What's really cool about Hans is he kind of has this old school big feel with a modern touch. So he has the back to the basket game, but he has the ability to at least make a defender respect him on the perimeter, and it's not just everything down low. As you can see here on this pie chart of his play style, a lot of it is post and a lot of it is rim with a little bit of transition play on there, but there's that 11% perimeter where that shows, okay, you have to respect him on the perimeter and you can't just leave him wide open out there. But it's not a huge part of his game, but it's something that I think will be expanded on when he gets to an NBA team. As you can see where it says perimeter there, a lot of those 3-point shots came from a pick and pop situation. So he's setting the screen and then flaring out for a 3-point shot. What this does is it keeps the team guessing on defense. You know, is he going to set the screen and roll, or is he going to set the screen and pop? What does this do? It creates chaos for the defense, and they really have to do their due diligence on the scouting report and know in what situations is he going to pop and what situations is he going to roll to the basket. As we can see on his shot chart, a lot of that scoring does happen down low under the basket, but if you notice at the top of the key there, that's where he's taking the majority of his 3-point shots, and that's in that pick and pop situation. For a few years now, we've seen what Shea has been able to do with a player like Isaiah Hartenstein, so I think with the Thunder pick here at 12, Hans Steinbach just makes a lot of sense. He fits the way that the Thunder like to play, and I think that he could come in right away and be an effective player and help them continue all this winning that they've been doing. Now, some of the funnest things to do when you're scouting is look at player comparisons, and you see that Steinbach here, there's players like Evan Mobley, Sabonis, Khalil Ware, PJ Washington. These bigs that we have come to recognize in the NBA as really solid NBA players, he's being compared to. I would love to hear your guys' thought on Hans Steinbach and kind of what you think the best situation for him to land in is, and what do you think? Is he worth a lottery pick in this year's draft? Thanks for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and drop a comment.